Well, let's see. Who will be the winner of tonight's tournament? Will it be Cash or will it be Chuang? Ice Rider versus Blissey Miltank. Let's go!
The final match has begun.
Yep. Unfortunately, not the best start for Cash. Starting just a Snow Runt. The level balls can get the Sobbles, but without an Ice Rider to start, it's not the best situation. Hopefully they get a nice little quick ball top deck here, potentially. Or just the straight up Ice Rider, that works. That's good. That is what I would call a good moment. A good thing that has occurred. Grab one Sobble, an Ice Rider, and then I think they just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
I think that's just it. That's just the way it be.
Time for them to chill out.
Chill out. I like attaching to the active here because it enables retreat Melanie, basically. Wait. Not putting down the Ice Rider. Huh. Second Miltank. Cape the active.
Okay.
I need to see what the Miltank does. Miltank is 20 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay, so the reason why they didn't bench anything else was because Route right now is only dealing 30 damage. That being said, it's not actually a threat unless they play Twin. Do they play Twin Energy? They play 2 Twin Energy. So Twin Energy was the only way that they KO'd this Snow Runt this turn. Yeah, that is why. They're playing it so the Snow Runt doesn't get KO'd.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. They're probably just going to hit for 90 with Crystal Breath. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Grabbing Drizzile makes sense. Because you can Drizzile grab, like, Quick Ball, potentially. Or grab... Irida makes sense. Irida makes sense. Because you could grab the Frostmoth and a way to get rid of the energy. So you can accelerate using the Frostmoth. Which I think is good. I think that's good. So Frostlass, and probably a way to discard. This game is friendly. Yeah, I absolutely love the Pokemon trading card game. The overall community is really, really friendly, and I just love the game itself. The game is just a blast to play.
There's plenty of good people in this community.
Yep. And right now we're casting the finals game of the tournament that I host here. So it's Frostlass and Quick Ball, I believe. And I believe that's going to be getting a Sobble off of the Quick Ball, if I had to guess. I would have discarded the water first, personally, because then that would have been one less card you'd have to discard using this. Ooh, actually, maybe Evo Incense was the right play. Because grabbing Evo Incense off of that situation meant that you could go 90 damage, quick shooting next turn, Tool Scrapper away the belt, and then they're left with just one Miltank.
This is true.
They can technically still do that, but they need to Marnie into an Evo Incense in this case.
How many have they used so far for the Evo Incenses?
I don't think any. They've
got a
three.
good chance.
They play 3, so it's a good odd. Love to watch the anime, but never tried to play the game. I'd say this is my favorite game. The Pokemon trading card game is my favorite game to play. it's a lot of fun. There's some very, very easy decks to play and some very, very hard decks to play, but a lot of it is just like finding the good routes to victory, and it's also a deck builder's dream. If you like building decks in card games, this is the game for you. So now they need energy and quick shooting here. This is going to grab, I think, Radiant Greninja off of this, if I had to guess. Yep, there it is. Alright, so that's going to be a route for not enough damage. So, there's the energy. If they get quick shooting, they could KO here.
True.
So let's see. I feel like attaching to the Sobble is pretty good. Because that Frostlass cannot attack again this turn, because it used... Because the effect of its attack is that it can't attack again. So they need to hit the quick shooting. Removing that and using the Marnie. Maybe Palpad back Irida Melanie, but that does kind of lower your odds of hitting the Evo Incense. Because you could Marnie into it if you do that. TCG is fun, love Pokemon, and could never get into the video game competitively, but the TCG is the way to go. I actually like both the video game and the trading card game, but the trading card game is my favorite of the two. Okay, so Drizzile grabs Evo Incense here, which is enough for quick shooting.
Which ends the game, yeah?
Not necessarily, it just kills the Miltank. The opponent still has, like, a board state. But putting in Path to the Peak means that they can't use their Greninja to draw cards, so it could brick them a bit further. So it's a quick shooting onto the active. Taking a prize card here without even attacking yet. Getting an energy, which is good. Any beginner deck you suggest? Okay, there's a few beginner-friendly decks. Mew is expensive, but it's the easiest one. Reggie's the one that I would recommend for newer players, because it's a budget deck that's easy to play.
Indeed.
Hold up. Let me...
Well, at least I think it's easy to play. I haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see more Reggie, because Reggie's funny.
It's relatively easy to play, because basically the abilities... It's basically you play to have all of them in play, and that is it.
Like,
so
you said it's basically just Exodia.
Yeah. So if you jump into the Discord real quick, I'll drop a Reggie list in the Pokemon deck list chat. Reggie. Bap. I do like Reggie. Reggie is fun. Alright. So I'll drop this in the Pokemon deck list chat. In just a minute, because I can't tab off this screen right now. But yeah, this is a big setup Blissey at the moment. Is this attached to the bench Calyrex, or is it attached to the active and try to tank for a turn? I'm not sure what kind of turn this is. So... you don't really need to pick a deck to start with, because the game gives you, like, a starter deck for playing on a starter ladder. But for Constructed, because you have to, like, build a deck for yourself. You sort of put the cards together yourself. But there's one that's really cheap and really easy to build. That's really good in this format, and that would be Reggie. Yeah, if you want to play online, you basically just have to get a couple of codes and trade them for things. Yeah, or you just play the theme deck ladder, because the theme deck ladder exists as well for just, like, casual play if you don't want to spend a single penny.
It's useful.
Yep, so that is a Blissful Blast for 150. The question is... Quick shooting, active, does make sense. attach there. Pierce. Gets enough damage. Oh, the opponent's drawing a bunch of cards off that, so maybe that wasn't the right play.
Cool.
Oh, there's an Ice Rider League battle deck coming out soon. That's gonna be good. Because that's just something you can get for under $10 that's an entire competitive deck built. That's actually what this list is, essentially. Not the exact 60, but still, it's good. Because there is an Ice Rider League battle deck coming out soon.
Oh my god, the fact that they're doing precons is a huge deal, though.
Oh yeah, they did that for... They did it for Inteleon, VMAX. They did it for ADP Zacian, ironically enough. Okay, so actually the fact that they bossed was a huge misplay, I think. No, wait, actually, never mind. That's... No, I still think it was a misplay. Because this is still enough to KO them. So let's see.
Yeah.
So they have 220 health left. 200 after that. Unfortunately, it won't be enough to KO with 1 energy discard. They'd have to discard 2.
But that still kills the Blissey.
It still kills the Blissey. And I don't think the opponent can respond with a KO on the following turn.
There is no crackback. There is only death.
Yeah. I do think that this list would benefit with any switching cards in it. Yeah, the full 60 is already revealed for both. It's really good. Hey, playing the tutorial? Heck yeah. It's a good game.
Welcome to the community.
Welcome. Okay, there's Melanie. Is there no Raihan in deck? Raihan's prized, I guess.
Oof.
Okay, Melanie Bucket makes sense. Melanie to the active.
Bucket.
Start setting some damage on that, which also makes sense. Hoping to take Raihan off prizes here, because Raihan off prizes would be huge.
Hee bucket.
Hehe, bucket. Bucket. Just like Psychic's more, that's why you're getting that one. Makes sense. Oh, Amelia, while you're here, I wanted to say, I think that Arceus Shadow Rider with a Weirdeer V as a tech could be amazing. Yeah, Dino Duel Academy came from Yu-Gi-Oh! Just a few weeks ago, and this game is a lot of fun. I honestly would not play... So, like, I do play a few other card games on the side, but I wouldn't play any other one over this one. This one is my favorite card game. Because Weirdeer V is a huge, like, burst option that's not, like, weak to dark. Yep, that seems to be what is essentially game with the amount of cards in that hand. Look at that hand! Where's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Plus 3, minus 1, 19. They had a 19 card hand there after the Avery. Which is insane. This is why I think Escape Rope is necessary, because you see how the Ice Rider is just kind of stuck in the active now? Yeah, that's the one thing I would 100% add to this list. The list is super good, but absolutely needs... Okay. So net this, maybe. The thing is, they have to find a way out of the active here. Want to play physically post-move, which is why you want the deck. Makes sense, makes sense. Because Amelia do be liking the psychic types. Oh, a boss stall play. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Wait, no attachment?
Huh.
Interesting. I'm honestly surprised about the no attach. Yeah, I don't even think with attachment it would have mattered, because KOing the Blissey doesn't even win you the game. The opponent's mill tank just comes up and finishes you off. Playing physically is better than online, but at the same time, I enjoy online a lot.
I mean, I will say one of the best things about the online client for this game is it's pretty much the only online TCG with trading as an option.
Yeah, and on top of that, um, the game is just good to stream as well. I love streaming this game. It's super easy to just chill back, relax, and stream rather than needing to, like, worry about camera quality for a tabletop stream
Yeah.
and needing to have a full setup for that. I do have, like, a tabletop setup now, which is nice, but I still much prefer this. Alright, so that's a path and a pass, unfortunately. That being said, you can kind of take the slow setup against Miltank.
Yeah.
Alright, I shall consume liquid aesthetically, Josh.
I will also do so.
Consume liquid! And Aster will also consume liquid.
I'm surprised I still have water left.
Yeah. Okay. Is this a hit for 30 with Drizzile turn? That would be funny. Ooh, I like the Arita.
In the finals?
I like the Arita. I love the Arita in this list. This list is super good with the Arita. I personally would grab Evo Incense here, but I get why they're grabbing Quick Ball. I feel like we have gloves for everything at this point. We have a glove that hits every single type for more damage, except for normal types, I think. I don't think there's a glove that hits normal types for extra damage.
What are gloves?
So there's, similar to Choice Belt, which does 30 extra damage to all Pokemon V, there are things like spongy gloves that do extra 30 to water types. There's crushing gloves, which deal extra 30 to metal. There's cleansing gloves, which do extra 30 to psychic. I don't think there's one for normal types. I think there's one for every type except normal. Thought it was 30, not 20. Makes sense. That makes sense. Attach Vitality Band. True, Vitality Band's just universal plus 10 damage. The Shady Dealings is going... Okay, so I do like the Shady Dealings here, because this grabs... This grabs Tool Scrapper, which lets you KO this Miltank here. Tool Scrapper is 100% necessary on this turn. Getting into a Drizzile would also be nice. So you can start attaching to the other Pokemon, so you can net this Inteleon and go into the other one. Attach Vitality Band to Hawlucha. That does sound underwhelming, but really funny. Because the Hawlucha can hit the Miltank, which is nice. Alright, so I knew they'd evolve into the Drizzile. I like it a lot, this particular situation. Because this is sort of just... I think grab Snorunt in this particular situation. Or, I can see the Sobble, but Snorunt would let you get the... I guess it doesn't really matter if the opponent's other Miltank can't get off another attack. We'll see. Oh, got the other Cat Bucket off prizes, too. And I guess getting the Sobble down gives the Evo Incense an out to another Trainer Search, which is good. Or you can grab your quick shooting. So it opens up your options here. So I like grabbing the
Indeed.
Evo Incense, actually. Oh, getting Blissey off the prizes using the Hisuian Heavy Ball. Attaching that lucky energy there. So if it gets hit, it's going to... Oh, putting the damage on the Miltank is coming back to bite for a sec. The opponent still has the Miltank in hand, which is important to note. So I think it's very important to be able to get this Inteleon out of the active. No matter what the cost, I feel like getting the Inteleon out of the active is necessary. It's probably just a retreat into a Drizzile. Oh, into the Ice Rider is interesting, but I guess getting the Pierce makes sense.
They're just trying to get the poke down so they can take this thing down next turn.
Ooh, the Temple is huge! The Temple is huge! Because it shuts down all of the special energies on that. The powerful energy doesn't have the bonus damage. The twin energy doesn't have extra damage. Well, I guess the twin energy didn't matter. But the lucky energy is not drawing them cards, which is super relevant.
That's a huge deal here.
That's huge! It's huge! So then the Miltank comes down. Is there a leaderboard for the Invitational?
Take it.
Yeah. There is a leaderboard for the Invitational. Right now, Flavio is sitting at the top. However, that's probably going to be broken by Orion tonight, actually. Because Orion played and was only a few points short, and Flavio wasn't able to make it tonight. But yeah. I appreciate that, Amelia. You can drop that in chat, because you have mod permissions. And there's the KO on that. So, if I had to guess... a Melanie would basically seal up this game. Because Melanie to the active, attached to the Inteleon, retreat KO, essentially wins this game, I believe. Amelia ended the run today. Oof, unfortunate. Amelia, crusher of dreams.
Ooh.
Wait. Let me think. Unfortunately, the net is not going to do it. But netting a Drizzile is good.
Indeed.
Let me think. What is the way that this could be navigated? Is there a way to win the game this turn? Is there? It needs a rope. All I can say is this list needs a rope, because if it had a rope, this game would be over. They can do it on the next turn, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they can do it! They can actually do it! Because they can do the Frostmoth here. That's a big brain play. They can do it right now with Frostmoth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not Frostmoth. Frostlass. I don't know why I keep saying Frostmoth. He has it! He's got it! He's done it! I think that's just 1-1. I think that's just 1-1, though. We're moving on to a game 3, though. Heck yeah! Epic finals game moments. Cash is such an insane player. Like, I like to think that I'm good at finding routes, but God, that's a route that I didn't even see.
Cash is good.
Cash is good.
This man is good at what he does.
Oh, was it 31? Am I mixing it up? Maybe it was 20. It was probably 25 the previous week. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, Flavio was at 31. Orion was at 30. 1 point below Flavio.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh,
Wow.
wow. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Where do you see the leaderboard? Bop, 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 bop. Ranking. Right here. And I believe... Let me check and see. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Yeah, Jervis, you are barely out of the top 32. You're tied in the top 34 right now. So I think after tonight, you'll definitely be in the top 32. Cool just to see that a guy only playing Zard ranks first overall. Yeah, insane. And if you played tonight as well, you would probably still be there.
Just, again, insane.
Yeah. Getting points today will definitely put you into top 32, especially considering you got a top 16 placement, which is a good amount of points. It is a very nice amount of points.
Comrade.
Comrade. A very nice amount of points, comrade. Okie dokie. Think you'll be at 14 points after today? I think that'll either be just inside or just outside of top 32. But we're not even halfway through the season yet. Next tournament is halfway through the season. After it ends, of course, because it'll be 5 and then 5. We are very close.
Indeed.
Close to the end. Yeah, you are making good pace.
Almost
yes.
over.
Mm-hmm. Honestly,
However, I want to see how this goes.
A lot of times, consistent play and decent placings will get you into the Invitational. If you could stay away from me next week, that'd be swell. Lilligant allergic to Zard. Lamau. Yo, Amelia, are you gonna play Lilligant? I haven't seen, like, Lilligant see much play yet. I would love to see Lilligant do well. I want to see. Has anyone played Lilligant? Okay, there's a couple of them. Unfortunately, none of them have seen, like, a lot of success. However, I don't think any of them are building it right. Same
Wink,
thing.
wink, nudge, nudge.
Same thing with Samurott. I think Samurott is super close to being good, but nobody's cracked it yet. Yeah, I feel like there's some lists that are coming close, but they haven't cracked the case yet. Haven't decided what variant to play. I might DM you with my ideas on what I think the best list is. But I shall see. We shall see.
Indeed.
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 Indeed. Yes, indeed. Indubitably.
Yeah.
Miltank is such a pain to deal with, though. Yeah, I like saving the tool scrapper there. Tried Leafeon due to wanting to see if you could make it work, but you got owned by Reggie twice. Finished 40th, so not that bad. I feel like you just kind of play Temple for that matchup, or just Avery. I feel like Averying them can work, because, like... Okay, here's a combo that I thought of just as, like, a counter to Reggie to some extent. You Avery them, and then you Echoing Horn one of their other pieces onto their bench. So, like, say you Echoing Horn them, and they leave, like, Regigigas, Regidrago, Regieleki, Regirock as their 4 that are in play. Just Echoing Horn, like, another one of their Regirock back onto the field. They can net, but it makes them need to use resources. just to be able to play the game. Because if you put two of them on their field, they're just kind of stuck for a bit unless they burn a net just to get it off the field. Which doesn't ever feel good. Just never put another one of their Regidrago on the field, because then they're fine netting a Regidrago, because they just promote one of them.
Yeah.
But you're essentially removing 3 of their Regis and replacing one of their Regis with a Regi they already have. Also, heck yeah, Bayboy TCG. Rank 21. Heck yeah.
Nicely done.
Alright, so if this... Oh no. Oh no. The Drizzile is getting hit. Oh no. That being said, if they don't KO... Oh, they did KO. Pain. Oh, wait, they can still return KO. They promote this Drizzile, then Raihan onto it, attach, grab Tool Scrapper.
Yeah.
That's all they need to do here. Never thought about the horn play. That's so clutch. It's super funny, because I was just thinking about it, because I talk a lot with my roommate, like, because we drive a lot of places together. I talk a lot with my roommate about, like, the meta, and then I'm like, okay, what's a way that we can beat this specific thing in this specific circumstance? And I'm like, Avery seems to mess them up a lot, but I guess that they could just, like, bench 2 more, and that's fine, because they play, like, Ordinary Rod to shuffle stuff back in, and they play, like, 2 of everything. What if we Echoing Horned one of the pieces they didn't want back onto their bench? And I thought that would be funny.
And they took exception to that.
Yeah. Also, another thing that's just huge is just, if you stick a Collapse Stadium, they just can't do it. They can't pull off the combo if you stick Collapse Stadium. Every horn is spicy, but also if you play a Collapse Stadium and then you go like Roxanne Collapsed, they're just kind of stuck. It makes their board state messy, and a messy board state for Regi means that you basically get a free turn. It's like Yoga Loop, but you're bricking your opponent. Oh, did they not have the... Oh, they didn't have Shady Dealings. Oh,
well,
Sharon's Care. Oh, no. I think this is it. I think that being prized might be a game sealer. That being said, they could still get Melanie attach ping choice belt KO. I could see that still happening here. Because if they KO with the... Okay, this is close. Okay, they need to retreat, Evolution Incense, Melanie, and they need to hit choice belt. They need belt. If they have belt, it's doable. They hit belt. Okay, game is still playable. But yeah, there's the Shady Dealings in Teleon. There's the Shady Dealings. They got belt, so they have a chance.
How do you keep holding on to hands like that? It's incredible. Belt.
Belt. Belt. Okay, quick shooting active, attach belt, KO.
Belt.
Then, technically, they have Irida for the next turn, I guess? Although Irida doesn't necessarily, like, win anything here. Because this...
Not right away, anyway.
Yeah, this Ice Rider can't KO the Mill Tank yet. You know what could be worth it? Just Canceling Cologne. A Canceling Cologne, it's a new item card that removes your opponent's active ability for that turn specifically. Only their active, though, so it doesn't, like, shut down all of their bench or shut down Manaphy from the bench. So if you want to snipe their bench, you have to pull up the Manaphy to Canceling
Then
Cologne.
take the ability
and then,
off of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, come on up.
Yeah, it'd be that way. Canceling
Take
Cologne.
this L.
Canceling Cologne is a fun way to deal with Miltank, especially if you just want to sit behind something and just hit, which helps a lot in formats like this, especially. I'm pretty sure this is just going to be like a Melanie turn here. Get another energy onto that Calyrex to retreat next turn, probably. Is it worth playing with more than one Miltank? Well, it's worth playing for a free knockout against Miltank, and then the other Miltank you can KO with the Inteleon, basically. I feel like it just makes that matchup a little easier instead of needing to just go, okay, I have to attack with my one Shady Dealings Inteleon 3 times to win this game. Doesn't that feel like a little bit better than having to do that? Temple is good. Temple is very good still. Ooh, I also like getting Snowrunt here, because they have the Frostmoth in hand, which is huge. Could be enough.
Frostlass.
Yeah. I keep saying Frostmoth. Frostlass.
You do!
They start with Frost, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Different
I'm such a
Pokemon
fool.
Guard.
I'm such a fool! Anyway. But that Temple is huge. Because it makes it where this active Miltank can't attack unless they bump the Stadium and attach Double Turbo. Or they have to, like, use Sharon's Care to get this Miltank out of the active to go up with the other Miltank and attach. Because Temple is a huge card in this matchup. I really like Miltank a lot for that reason. I definitely want to try out Arceus Sylveon with the one of Empoleon, just because it seems super good this meta. And then maybe also play, like... Maybe I play a Tool Jammer, actually. Tool Jammer seems good in this format. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
The yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So...
You calm that DBZ shit down.
I will never calm that DBZ shit down. Nya! I love how the chonk has gotten so much bigger over the course of this stream.
It's so great. It's so good. I love this pig.
Yeah, and it's not covering any of the gameplay. It's just the left side of the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so this scenario is grabbing a Sobble, and okay, the Pal Pad makes sense. To be able to shuffle back in those other pieces for later, which is good. The issue is that it's really hard to KO this Miltank right now, especially when the opponent is hitting heads on hammers.
Mm-hmm. The hammers are brutal right now.
Yeah. Although the opponent hasn't really gotten off an attack right now, so it's still anyone's game. Yeah, I really like... I like netting the Inteleon there, because it gives them more turns to start trying to evolve up into it without needing to discard anything. And Avery, without discarding any of the bench, is not the best thing that you'd ever want to see as the Blissey player. Route is going to be dealing 70 damage, because Double Turbo is nerfing by... Is it nerfing by... No, that's a twin energy. So it's dealing just 70.
Oh, that is quite a bit of damage.
Damage. El damage. Okay, I like the boss here, because the boss is going to pull up that Greninja and get the KO here.
Indeed.
Very good. Very nice. Very nice. Yes, very nice. Make sure you attach for turn, please. Because attaching to the Inteleon means that you don't have to, like, Frostmoth and attach next turn. You can potentially just Frostmoth and attach to something else, which I think is super relevant. Getting another Temple is also really good. If the opponent can't bump that Temple, they're still sitting in a very stuck situation.
Indeed, they are.
Okay, I see why they're holding the energy now. Because if you hold the energy, it can't be hammered off of you. Waiting for the snout to consume Aster at this point.
Hey, wait a minute.
Nah, Aster summoned this large feral hog.
Listen,
See,
my summon magic's on the fritz. All I could do was summon this pig.
Pig. Cause look at this. It, like, you're even posed in front of it like it's your summon. Alright.
Behold my stand! Oh no!
Zachonka! Zachonkle. Zachonkle. Okay.
God, I love Chonkle.
So, there's a lot that this could do here, but it's still not... Yeah, it's not getting to the KO yet, unfortunately. Hammers. Tails, okay. Another hammer. God, I hate hammers. This is such a close game, though. Oh my god. Healing that, getting rid of the...
MC Ham. It is not and has never been hammer time. Please stop it.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a really good one, actually. Please stop. It is not and has never been hammer time. Ooh, I don't really...
We are begging you to stop.
I'm not the biggest fan of the pass there, to be honest. Because if this Ice Rider goes down, they only need to take one prize to win the game. I would have liked to have retreated in that situation and then gone Frostmoth here. Although the opponent could deck out.
And is always a possibility.
Hammer. It is not, nor has ever been hammer time. Please stop. I really like that.
We are begging you to stop. Please.
Please, it's not hammer time. It never has been.
Suddenly Space Jam starts instead. Wait, no, it's not any better.
Wait, no. Oh, I see why they did this. I see why they did this. I see why they did this. Because in this specific circumstance, they can go 90, ping 20 twice to KO. We're so close to the end of the tournament. Can't believe how it's 2 a.m. at this point. It's just one ping away, although if they can heal, it's so close. One prize,
buddy.
1 prize to 3 prizes.
Let's go.
This is almost the end, almost the end. You're not alone in this, my friend. Almost the end, almost the end. It's almost the end. And that Blissey is coming down. And they going up with it.
Hell or high water, it is going away.
Oh god.
For personal reasons, this Blissey will be passing away.
That Blissey's not going down anytime soon. It is entirely up to whether or not Cash can survive for 4 more turns at this point. They are not going to win on taking prizes.
Oh dear.
This is probably a sit behind things situation.
Wall up, wall up. Hurdle mode engaged.
Hurdle mode engaged.
You are turtly enough for the Turtle Club. You got this, Cash.
Yep. All right. We're almost there. Almost. So close.
End of the road.
Does the opponent have enough damage? Does that... That could be... Oh, the opponent might have enough damage to just KO here, though.
Yeah.
I might have just... Yeah, I would have gone up with the... I would have gone up with the Ice Rider. But yeah, that will be game.